all on behalf of Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation Online Education. This is class 6. Today we are going to learn some interesting subject and interesting topic. And I am here Umarani Ajay Naidu from Maniklal Mehta Mumbai Public School. So before starting our session, I would like to tell one thought for the day. Today's thought. Mathematics may not teach us how to add happiness or how to minus sadness, but it does teach one important thing as every problem has a solution. So my dear students, always be positive and always think that every problem has a solution. So let's move ahead. Which subject we are going to learn today? Anyone? Which subject we are going to learn? Yes? Okay. So today we are going to learn mathematics. Our fun subject and our favorite subject, that is mathematics. What is today's topic? Today's topic, banks and simple interest. So I think I hope everyone have understood the revision, two parts of the revision of the same lesson. Today is the third part that we are going to move ahead. Now here, I have one question. Now here, I have this is a boy. His name is Amit. He has some doubt. He has some question, some problem. As just now we have learned that every problem has some solution. Now here, he has some problem. He is in some problem. So let's see what is his problem. Oh, he had shortfall of money. That is his problem. He had shortfall of money. Now his question is, what should I do now? From where should I borrow the money? From where should I take the money? Who can help me in such situation? Who can help me with the money? From where should I borrow the money? Can anyone give me money? Okay, let's see. Now, in the last part, we have seen that we can take money either from the money lender, from friends, or from the bank. But
from the bank,
borrowing money from the friends and borrowing money from the bank, they are the different things. Let's see. See, borrowing money from a friend is different. For example, here, this boy, he wants ice cream. Wow, I too love ice cream. He wants ice cream, but he don't have that much money to buy the ice cream. Now, what he can do? Yeah, he can ask his friend to buy an ice cream, so he can take money from him. So what he will do? He will ask his friend that, can you lend me 8 rupees for ice cream? I shall return it tomorrow. So that means the cost of your ice cream is 8 rupees. And here he is asking for his friend for ice cream 8 rupees. And also he is promising that I shall return it tomorrow. Now here his friends will surely give that money. Yes, sure friend. He is ready to give the money. But is it same, means borrowing the loan and borrowing the money from a friend, is it same? Of course not. Because the amount he has taken from the friend, he is going to return the same amount to his friend. So this is different. Now here, we will see what is the difference between the loan taken from the money lender or a bank or borrowing some money from the friend. Now, when people take loan, they need to pay back some extra money. This is a point, my dear friends, that whenever we borrow some money, that is in the form of loan. What is loan? What is the money that we borrow from money lender or a friend? What is the difference between that? Here, while returning the same money, we have to pay back some extra money. We are not we are not returning the same amount of money next time. We are paying some extra charges of the given amount. So that extra money is a profit of money lender or a bank. The money lender or bank, they are giving the money to the needy in only there is one condition, that they charge some extra money. And that extra money is called as profit of that money lender or profit of that bank. So the amount paying extra with extra money is called as loan. The boy, when he borrowed the money from the ICM and the same amount he returned. That is different. And this is different. So profit here means, here it comes extra money. Now, in the last session, we have seen that in the bank, we need to open the bank account. Here, we can either deposit or withdraw the money from the bank. And also, we have seen that banks give us many facilities as a account holder. Now, account holders of bank. Now, I have told you what are the facilities provided by the bank. Now, account holders of bank are paid some amounts for keeping the money in the bank. See, here we get some extra amount. That means it's very safe to keep our money in the bank. That means there are many many profits of keeping the amount in the bank, as I told you, and there are many types of bank accounts. So in bank accounts, we have seen that if we are keeping some money in the bank, we get some extra money. That is, extra money means that is profit. We are getting some profit if we are keeping the money in the bank. And also, as an account holder, if we borrow, people who borrow from a bank are charged an amount for the use of money loaned to them. Here we get the point. If we are keeping the money in the bank, we are getting extra money for that. We are getting profit of keeping the same money in the bank. And also, if we are borrowing the same money from a bank, we are charged an extra amount for the use of money loaned to us. Now here, we get also, there are two uses of keeping the money in the bank, and also we can borrow the money at any time from the bank. See here, we can take money from the bank, or either we can deposit money in the bank. Now, interest. What is interest? Let us see. Till now, we have seen that we get some profit. We get some extra money if we deposit money in the bank, or we have to pay some extra amount when we take money from the bank, that is loan. See here, charging extra money is profit, and that profit is called as interest. See here, the whatever extra money is charged as a profit, and that extra charge is called as interest. Now, we saw that the Amit was in problem. He had shortfall of money, but Amit knew that bank would charge lesser extra money over loan. Amit was well aware that if I'm in the need of money, if I'm having shortfall of money, but if I take the same amount of loan from the bank would definitely charge lesser extra amount. Definitely will the bank will charge extra money, the whatever amount we have taken. But compared to the money lenders, he knows very well that the bank would charge lesser amount of extra money. And the bank loan would be easier to pay back. He is also well aware. He also knows that if I take the money from the bank, I would means I have to pay less extra amount, and also it would be easier to pay return back. Now, question is how much amount we have to pay. Now Amit has taken some amount of money from the bank, and also he knows that he has to pay some extra money. Also he knows that he has to pay less amount. But how much amount he has to pay? Means if we take money from the bank, how much money return, extra money I have to pay? It could be anything, but on what does it depend? Means what are the criteria that it should be? Means this amount I have to pay, this amount, this particular extra amount I have to pay. What can be that? Yeah. Now here, first we will try to understand the whatever amount we have borrowed, what it is called as. The amount we have borrowed from the bank is called as principal. We have to be very clear that the amount we have borrowed from the bank, the loan we have taken from the bank is called as principal. Now here we have learned that while returning back the same money to the bank, we have to pay some extra money. That extra money is called as interest. So what would be interest? Now here, my question is that what would be the interest then? Yeah, we got the point that we have to, the amount we have taken is called as principal, and also we are charged with some extra amount that is called interest. But what are the criteria for that, and what would be the interest? Now here, yes, same question is having that what can be my interest, what extra amount I have to pay return back. I have to give return back to the bank with my principal. On what does it depend? Now my question is, can interest could be anything? Means will they charge anything? Now you have taken this much money and you have to pay this much extra money? No, it's not so. Then what? Then what does interest depends on? On what does interest depend? What are the criteria that interest is fixed? Yes, the amount we have borrowed. It depends upon how much amount you have borrowed from the bank. What is the amount you have taken from the bank? Next, yeah, the next question, the most important question is that the bank wants to know that how long you will take to repay that loan. What is the duration? What is going to be the period that you going to repay the taken amount, taken loan? How much time you're going to take? That bank wants to know. So on that factor, interest is fixed. The first criteria is that how much amount you have borrowed, and the second thing is that how long you are going to take to repay the same amount. And of course, interest rate. So what is interest rate? We will try to understand. But first try to understand these three factors, that what are the criteria. Interest are fixed. You have borrowed, how long you are going to take to repay the loan, and also the interest rate. Now, what is interest rate? Just now we saw that the criteria in which the amount of interest is paid, in the same one, the interest rate was there. But what is interest rate? Here, interest rate means on every 100 rupees in a year. So this is rate of interest. Here we can see that rate of interest means the interest. That means the extra amount, extra profit is calculated on every 100 rupees. Doesn't matter that how much money you're taking, but they are going to compare the interest, the profit on every 100 rupees. And also in a year, means if we are returning the same one in the year, means it is calculated according to the year. Your period will be will be first considered, it will be calculated as yearly. Means it will be calculated on every 100 rupees. That is rate of interest. Also, it is called as interest rate. It is always calculated in percentage. So that means if you are taking 100 rupees, so behind 100 rupees, they are going to calculate how much, while returning the 100 rupees, how much extra money you have to repay. It is calculated on the basis of on every 100 rupees and also in a year. So this is a rate of interest. It is expressed in percentage. So here we have to understand the concept that the rate of interest is expressed in percentage. We have learned in the lesson percentage lesson that whenever any number, whatever we are comparing with 100, that means the percentage term comes here. So see how each and every mathematical concepts are linked with each other. So here the interest, the profit, they are going to calculate on every 100 rupees and according to per year, that is in a year. That means if we are comparing with the 100, that means it is expressed in percentage. So whenever the rate of interest is given, it is always given in the percentage. You might have heard 9%, 10%, 11%, 12%. In this way, the rate of interest is decided on every uh, according to the on every 100 rupees amount we have taken. So also we have to decide, we have to keep in mind that the rate of interest is for a given period of time. As I said you, the factor that what does on interest depends on. It depends on that how much money you have borrowed, means the amount you have taken and how long you are going to take the repay the same loan. That means here, according to that, the rate of interest is given for a period of time. If we are taking 100 rupees only for 2 years, the rate of interest will depend according to that. If we are taking 5 years, we are going to take 5 years to pay the same amount, then the rate of interest depends upon that. The amount we borrow is the same. The amount we have taken is the same, my dear students. But here, the rate of interest depends upon the period, how much long you are going to take to pay the same amount. See here, if you are taking the same amount for 1 year, if you are taking the same amount for 5 years, or example for 10 years, for 15 years, so the rate of interest is going to differ. It varies according to the uh, term period. So here, period is very important that you are going to repay the amount. Yes, here a rate of interest percent per annum is also written as PCPA. As I told you, rate of interest is expressed in hundreds. So it is always uh, described in expressed in percentage. So here, and also it is described, it is expressed per year. Every year, it depends the amount, the whatever you are going to pay it back, it depends upon the annually, means yearly, and it is annually, it is called as annum, annually. So in short, the rate of interest is written as PCPA. For example, for every 100 rupees, they are charging you 9 PCPA, means 9% per annum, means per year, per annually, per means every. So every year you are going to charge 8%, that 9%, whatever they have told. Means on every 100 rupees, if there is 9%, 9 PCPA, that means extra 9 rupees you have to pay. If there is extra 8 rupees, 8 PCPA, while returning 100 rupees, we have to return back 8 rupees back. So we have to be very clear that rate of interest is always expressed on every 100 rupees. And also it depends upon the time you are going to take to repay the same amount. And also it's called as percent per annum. Annum means, my dear students, annually. Percent per annum. So in short, it's written as PCPA. Okay. It gives the amount of interest due on every 100 rupees for a period of 1 year, that is annually. So here, I think every month step, they clear the concept that rate of interest means it gives the amount of interest due. Amount of interest due, amount of interest, extra money, extra profit on every 100 rupees for a period of 1 year, that is annually. Now here, this my dear friend has some doubt. What is his doubt? Let's see. What do you mean by 12 PCPA? Now here, my friend has some question. What do you mean by 12 PCPA? If we are taking some loan from the bank, we are borrowing some loan amount from the bank, if they are telling you it's 12 PCPA, so what does it mean? Can anyone tell me, my dear students, what do you mean by 12 PCPA? Anyone? Can anyone tell me? Yes? What do you mean by 12 PCP? Okay. Now let us understand what do you mean by 12 PCA?
It's a 12%, 12% per annum.
Per annum. 12 rupees interest. See, 12 PCPA means what? 12 rupees interest. Interest means what? Charging some extra amount, charging some extra profit money to the bank or to the money lender. So that is 12 rupees interest in a year. So PCPA is expressed in a year. So it is calculated according to the year. So we are going to consider only of 1 year. So here 12 PCPA means 12 rupees interest in a year for every 100 rupees you have borrowed. Here, my friend, his concept is cleared. He got the idea. Yes, PCPA means that extra 12 rupees, I have to extra 12 rupees amount I have to pay for a year for every 100 rupees I have borrowed. So here, I think everyone have understood what is meaning of interest, what is the meaning of principal, what is the meaning of rate of interest, PCPA, and how the rate of interest is calculated. Now, amount to be paid back. So what amount you are going to pay back? Here we saw that just borrowing money from the friend is different because we are going to return same amount back. But here, when we are taking some loan, when we are borrowing some amount from the bank or the money lender, so what amount we are going to pay? That is principal plus interest is equal to amount. So that means, are we going to pay the same amount that we have taken? Not, exactly not. We are going to add some interest and we are going to give it back. And that amount will be, that loan, that the total will be called as amount. So amount when we are going to pay back to the bank, that is called as amount. That will be of two terms, principal and also we are paying some extra money. That extra money is called as interest. So amount is equal to principal plus interest is equal to amount. So I think, my dear students, I hope everyone have understood the concepts that we have gone through. So I